is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today I will be reviewing Breaking Bad Season 3. We are here. We are midway through the show. We got Seasons 1 and 2, and then you have Seasons 4 and 5. We are in Season 3, exactly halfway through the show. So if you watch my reviews for Seasons 1 and 2 of Breaking Bad, you know that I gave both of those seasons an A+. This show so far is perfection, and now we're at Season 3. Fingers crossed for the A+ for this one as well. I mean, I already know what I'm going to be giving it because, you know, I know what grade I'm giving Season 3, but you're probably like, I wonder if he's going to give this one an A+ too. I don't know. Let's watch the video and find out. So as I've said before, I want my Breaking Bad series of videos to be able to be watched by people who have not seen Breaking Bad. But I'm getting way off topic here. Let's start talking about Season 3. Like I did in my review for Season 2, I'm going to sum up the plot of Season 3 without spoiling anything from Seasons 1 or 2. So no doubt, Seasons 1 and 2 were perfection, but Season 3 is where many people feel that Breaking Bad truly found its footing and made its roots in the TV world. Like, when you think of classic Breaking Bad, you think of so many moments from Season 3. To put it simply, in Season 3, Jesse is still suffering from a very tragic event towards the end of Season 2, and Walt is gaining the power that he has wanted for a very long time. And our main antagonist of Season 3 and the next season, Gustavo Fring, comes to the forefront in this season, and it makes for by far the most tense season of Breaking Bad thus far. I mean, I know the show is finished. By thus far, I mean out of Seasons 1, 2, and 3, not counting 4 and 5, out of Seasons 1, 2, and 3, Season 3 is by far the most tense. Now, something I knew that was going to be a problem with all these Breaking Bad videos was that they were going to get super repetitive, because Breaking Bad as a show it's a perfect show. Like, it never had a misstep. So in every single video, I'm basically just going to be repeating myself. But hey, I said I would review each individual season, so that's what I'm doing. You guys know how this goes. Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul are once again incredible. I mean, I've said this in every single video. I mean, you guys get it. You're getting annoyed. I know you're getting annoyed. The entire cast is incredible, Emmy-worthy. Let's talk about what is new in Season 3. As I said, Gustavo Fring. Now, he was introduced in Season 2 with the whole Los Pollos Hermanos deal, but he, like I said, really comes to the forefront in Season 3, and oh my god, I love this villain. This is such a good villain. He is played by Giancarlo Esposito, and his performance is mind-boggling. Just the way he carries himself and the way he's able to wear all these different facades. And I actually really respect Gus. I know he's doing so many terrible things, but, like, he just has this stature about him and this professionalism about him that just, you can't help but respect him. Which is also exactly how the main characters feel. There are some times in this season where they hate this guy so much, but they have to respect him, and they have to commend him. This guy has been in the drug trade for decades, much longer than either Jesse or Walt has been involved, and he knows his stuff. And my goodness, the writing. I mean, Vince Gilligan is just so amazing at what he does. Like, there is no filler in Breaking Bad whatsoever. There is not a single filler episode. Well, okay, look, I know I'm on Season 3, and there is, you know, the most controversial episode of Breaking Bad is Season 3, Episode 10. Don't worry, I'm going to discuss that episode later in the video. But despite what many people view that episode as, I rest my case. I stand by my statement of there is not a single filler moment in Breaking Bad. Things are just constantly happening non-stop, and it just ramps up the tension that much more. Which is also another thing. This is also the fastest paced season out of Seasons 1, 2, and 3. This, like, the entire show is non-stop, but this season especially is where, seriously, like, it doesn't care. You know, it doesn't care about your anxiety or your nerves. Like, I am sitting in the comfort of my room watching this, and I'm breaking out into a cold sweat during so many scenes just because of how tense it is. You know, I often use phrases like, you know, white-knuckled tension, and, you know, that means, like, you're sitting there and you start grabbing the edges of your seat and so much that your knuckles become white. Very little, like, there's not an insane amount of times where I've actually done that, but with this, there is a scene involving Hank and the cousins, who are like a sub-antagonist in this season, and there's a scene involving something happening between them that is so tense. Oh my goodness, it is so tense, and I actually did like I literally, not metaphorically, like this was literal white knuckle tension. I was grabbing the sides of my seat and my knuckles were actually turning white. It was amazing. I think I just cut myself doing whatever. The show is consistently shocking throughout, but it is not shock value just for the sake of shock value. It is relevant to the story. You know what I mean? Like, it's sort of this way to like mask mediocrity. It's like, oh, our show isn't that good, but we're just going to have a bunch of shocking stuff happen to give the illusion that it's much better than it actually is. That is not the case with Breaking Bad. You can tell episode after episode that they know exactly where it's going. They have a plan and they are not deviating from it. By having these extremely high stakes, ramped up tense sequences stacked on top of one another, it really does make for great television. And then adding onto that the fact that they have a plan and they know exactly where it's going, the fact that it's all connected like a perfect thread just makes it all the better. Also, I really like what they are doing with Skyler in this season. Because, okay, I haven't really talked about my opinion on many of the characters yet, except for Jesse and Walt and Gus. So, let me talk about Skyler really quick. A lot of people hate her. It's not like they hate the character. Like, it's a very well-written character, but, like, it's been debated forever. Like, you are supposed to not like her because you're supposed to be on the side of Walt and Jesse, despite the fact that they are the criminals and Skyler's the logical one. But you can't help but hate her a little bit because it's like, lady, Walt is doing so much for your family. He has had to do so many things in order to sustain you. And you're doing this, it's like, I get, like, he's breaking the law, though, so I understand. It's, this is what Breaking Bad truly excels at. These moral dilemmas, it's what keeps it so engaging, because you yourself never stop asking these questions. It's just an endless debate, not even among you and your friends, just amongst yourself in your own subconscious throughout the entire show. So my opinion of Skyler, she's a character that I love to hate. Also, Saul Goodman, my goodness, look, Saul Goodman, along with Gus Fring and Mike Ehrmantraut, 3 great characters that were introduced in Season 2, they all come to the forefront in Season 3, it's not just Gus. Bob Odenkirk is just, he's hilarious. Was he a comedian? Like, before he started acting in film and TV, was he a stand-up comedian? If not, he really should. And yes, you don't need to comment. I am going to watch Better Call Saul. Trust me, I will review Better Call Saul at some point as well. There's not a single weak storyline within Breaking Bad. It doesn't even feel like there's any subplots. Like, it feels like the subplots that are there are still, like, of the main plot. I don't know if that made any sense whatsoever, because that kind of takes away the whole point of a subplot. So, I guess there you go. No subplots whatsoever. Every single storyline is connected. I love the story with Saul Goodman. I love that he's this criminal lawyer. It's like, he's a lawyer that is backing up Walt and Jesse. It's like he's helping people to break the law by using the law against the law. Like, it isn't that, like, that's just really interesting. Only Vince Gilligan, man. Only he could have come up with that. That's another character, too. Mike Ehrmantraut. I love his character. He is just, like, this show is just great with characters. Like, each character is so intriguing, and, like, there's not a single character that they cut to, and you're like, okay, you know, I could do without that character, because all the performances are so great, and the dialogue is so well written that there's just not a weak link anywhere. Now, no spoilers, obviously. No spoilers, and I hate that I'm forgetting which episode this was, but I can't say what it is, because it would be a spoiler. Man, I wish I could remember what episode it was. Was it episode 6 or... One second. Which episode was it? What was it called? Half Measures. I love the ending of that episode so much. The ending of Half Measures is my favorite ending of any episode thus far in the show. Man, I really wish I could talk. Man, okay, look, after I review all the seasons, I'm probably just gonna make a separate video that's called Breaking Bad, All the Spoilers, where I just talk about all these insane moments that I love. And the ending of Half Measures is one of them. And also, oh my gosh, that cliffhanger at the season 3 finale, whoa, like, how did you guys do that? Like, those of you who watched it back when the show was airing, how did you wait that long? Well, like, how did you, like, while Jesse was standing there at the door holding the gun to that character, how did you wait for, like, a year before season 4 came out? Like, what did you, like, I don't know how I would have handled, I wouldn't have been able to control myself. It's so great, and as I've said before, Jesse Pinkman is my favorite character in the show. He's the one that I relate to the most. I mean, not that I'm, doing drugs and, just cooking meth, but it's just the type of person he is. Like, his actual personality, I feel for the guy. I sympathize with the guy. I really do. And I really love the moral challenges they place in front of him this season. If they didn't already do that enough in seasons 1 and 2, oh my goodness, season 3 really puts this guy through the ringer. The look on his face in the season finale, it just breaks my heart. This character, he's such a tragic character. He's had many more tragic things happen to him than Walt has. At least up until this point in the show. And the storytelling is just brilliant. Okay, now I said I would talk about this extremely controversial episode that is in season 3. That is episode 10, by the name of Fly. This is the most controversial episode of the entire show. Even people who think the show is perfection say that Fly is still a terrible episode. But there's also a good number of people who say that Fly is a masterpiece. It is a very divisive episode. Essentially, and there's no spoilers here, because it is one of those episodes where if you were to remove it, like, you would lose a little bit of character development, but in regards to the big picture story, not much would be lost. Essentially, Walt finds that a fly has entered the lab, and that is a contamination, and him and Jesse spend the entire night in the lab together trying to kill this fly. I know, when you say it out loud, it sounds so stupid, but, here's my opinion on the episode. Do I love it or do I hate it? I loved it. I loved it so much because episode 9, oh my goodness. And then episode 11, oh my goodness. It was nice to have that one episode 10, in between 9 and 11. That was just kind of a levity, but even this episode towards the end, the Jesse and Walt say some things to each other that are just it just hits you right there. And I just love the idea of taking these two characters, Walt and Jesse, and just putting them in a room that they just have to be stuck in a room with each other all night long with this fly that's just pestering them, that's a contamination. Like I just love that as a concept. Just taking these two characters and just trapping them in a room and seeing what happens. So yeah, I love Fly. I don't care what you say. It's actually one of my favorites of the entire show. Deal with it, man. Alright guys, so you know everything I'm gonna say. Season 3, it was great, superb writing, amazing villain in Gustavo Fring. Man, Giancarlo Esposito is so good. I love that guy so much. Apparently, he's also in The Mandalorian. Oh yeah, side note, I haven't watched The Mandalorian. Sue me! I love season 3 of Breaking Bad. The show just keeps on giving you the surprises. I am going to give season 3 of Breaking Bad an A+. Also, side note, I did upload a video on Arrival this morning, but it got blocked because of a copyright claim from Paramount that, it was invalid. I looked through the fair use rules and regulations. I have not broken any rules, so I did submit a dispute to Paramount, and let's hope, they don't continue being a massive jerks and just release the claim so you guys may see that 10-minute video that I worked extremely hard on. Thanks so much for watching, guys. It really does mean a lot. I'll see you in the next video, and until then, keep writing, keep shooting, and keep editing.